Well, all right, let's start. You wouldn't work for Trump unless you were a thug or there was something wrong with you. You wouldn't. An ordinary patriotic person wouldn't get within 10 feet of Donald Trump. So we know automatically that both of these people have a character flaw. Uh, yeah, he will probably bring something else in. From every news report and everything that I see, he's furious at the whole thing. Of course, he took that press conference and made a bigger fool of himself. And what really gets to me, you hear this all the time. Trump doesn't understand. If he just, and we talked about this, if he just moderate, talk, he wouldn't say this crazy stuff. You don't understand. That's his appeal. Without the racism and the misogyny, he has nothing. And he knows that. And he's not going to listen to the campaign advisors that tell him to act sane or act normal or talk about pivoting to the middle or talking about the issues, because that's not what the Republican Party is. That's not who votes in Republican primaries. That's not who's going to vote for them. And if they start taking the misogyny and the racism not being a central part of the message, they'll lose even worse. These fucking people have no idea what they created, but I do. I guess I had an opinion on that, didn't I? I think that people, like Biden's number on the economy went up substantially when he dropped out. I think a lot of the stuff that people's negative economic views were is a relative thought Biden was too old. All right, the Financial Times, it's one poll, but it's the Financial Times, they're not a bogus organization, now shows her ahead on the economy. But I think this is a better, maybe, response issue than attack issue. In other words, you're going to get questions about it. I think it's better addressed in responding to a question than just sitting there rattling off and trying to tell people how much better off you are under the Biden-Harris administration than you are under the Trump administration. And I believe that because there's still the economy operated as an economy for people over 50 and an economy for people under 50. And what happens right now, until there's more consensus that the economy is good, there should be more consensus. I think more consensus is coming that way. Sometimes to put it in front and center is the message to people that he doesn't see or she doesn't see what's going on in my life. So I agree, but I think it's a better responsive issue than it is forward issue. I love, yeah. Um, Look, and this is one of the things that Harris is talking about, the joy of politics. Well, you know what? There's a lot of joy in politics. I mean, in my time in politics, I loved every day that I was in it, and there's no reason that we have to run around wearing a hair shirt all the time. Yeah, I mean, I remember Hubert Humphrey with 1968 was talking about the joy of politics. Probably he came a lot closer to winning than people realized in the midst of that horrific war. But yeah, I think that's sort of an attractive part. And what's wrong with people having a little fun, huh?